I have to start with China. They're pegging the 5%. You're looking at around about 4.6. But is that 4.6 achievable without further additional stimulus?
Yeah, well, we think 4.6, something like 4.5% would broadly be achievable with what we know as of now in terms of their policy stance and things like that. To get it comfortably up to 5, in our view, that would require a little bit more action on the policy front.
Is it important that they do hit that 5% though in your mind? Because I would also question the 3% that they're looking to hit in terms of inflation as well. So if one's not achievable in terms of that 5% and you're looking at 4.6, what does that mean for the inflation and them having an expectation it's going to hit 3 sans any further stimulus as well?
Yeah, if they were to hit inflation of 3%, I think they would be very happy because China actually has the opposite problem of many other countries. They don't have enough inflation, right? And so I think that 3% is a little bit more like an upper bound, a cap for the central bank. As you said, inflation is not really their worry. And so, yeah, we think they would need a little bit more work to get comfortably to 5 on the growth front.
Yeah, and in that respect, so let's assume that they don't hit inflation and let's assume that around about your mark in terms of growth is achieved. That doesn't do anything necessarily to help the property market, which is absolutely struggling, and day in, day out, we continue to see problems emerging to that effect. Do you have any reasonable expectation that this is something that can be resolved in the course of this year? And I'm not just talking in terms of the structural issues, but just a pause in this downward decline that we're seeing on prices over and over again.
I think if you ask my expert colleagues on the property market, they tend to point to 2 things, right? Like you have this financial realm where we need to see the balance sheets of some of these companies being strengthened, and they start to need to get a cash flow. So that's a financial issue. In terms of the economy, as long as we have sales falling, housing starts falling, that is a drag in terms of the economic activity that we usually get from the housing market. So the housing market is still a significant negative to the overall economy.